God wants me to come on here today and share this message with you. So, you're going through spiritual awakening. Congratulations, first of all. You've been called. The question is, are you going to put in the necessary work to be chosen? People need to start viewing these spiritual awakenings as almost like a game. Okay, this is a game you want to win. This is a game you want to become the best you possibly can become at. There are very easy things you can do to speed up this process and ensure that you are actually one of the ones chosen out of those who are called. It's very, very simple. You have to view today's reality as it is, which is a 3D matrix created by psychopaths and people who worship the devil to keep your vibration as low as possible and keep you as far away from God as they possibly can, which is why you see in today's society so much blatant devil worship. It's everywhere. It is undeniable and obvious that the people in charge worship the devil because there's a spiritual war going on. It's light versus dark, God versus the devil, good versus evil. This is a legitimate battle happening on the earth right now. If you're going through one of these awakenings, genuinely, you realize this. You realize that the 3D matrix is completely evil and not something you want to have to be a part of anymore. And you realize that there is a spiritual battle happening. God is taking back this territory from the devil. The devil doesn't like that. The issue is the devil has all of the control of celebrities. Anyone in power, the devil uses them to manipulate the population to sin. The devil wants you to sin. The devil has made sinning extremely easy and pleasurable because he knows that if you are not strong enough, you will give in to your temptation and you will continue to sin and sin and sin, and that'll lead you away from God. So if you're going through one of these awakenings, you want to be closer to God. You want to be as close to God as you can possibly be. In order to do that, you need to remove specific things from your life. Things like pornography, things like drugs, including marijuana, alcohol, cigarettes. Why? Why do I have to remove things like marijuana, alcohol, and cigarettes from my life, you're asking? Well, because they are poison in your body. If you are ingesting poison into your body, knowingly, you know you're ingesting poison into your body, God's not going to be happy about that. God's not going to look at you and be like, oh, you've been called, and I'm going to choose you to ascend and elevate to your highest potential while you're poisoning yourself willingly because you can't beat your addiction. Does that make sense? It does not make sense. He would not do that. Is God going to choose you if you are a pothead? Now, I myself used to smoke marijuana quite regularly, and I beat that demon, the demon of addiction, and I no longer do it. Eventually, it becomes a serious problem. If you're smoking weed multiple times every day, you have an addiction. You may be thinking, oh, weed's not addictive. If you think weed is not addictive and this is triggering you, it's because the devil is using the spirit of addiction to control you. And right now, I'm triggering demonic entities in your body, and they're going, don't listen to him. He's wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Weed's not addictive. Keep smoking drugs. You've opened yourself up to something you don't understand by smoking weed regularly. So you need to cut the weed out of your life. You think God wants to elevate an army of potheads? No. He's not going to elevate people who are going to go on TV or on YouTube or anywhere and say, yeah, smoking weed's good for your spiritual awakening. That'll bring you closer to God. It doesn't matter that comes from the earth. Do I believe there are potential positive benefits to marijuana used in very, very small quantities? Yes. Do I believe if you're using marijuana every day or even multiple times a week or multiple times a month that you are getting those benefits anymore? No. I believe you're addicted now. You do not want to be a drug addict. You don't want to be consuming alcohol regularly. Oh, I just want to go out with the guys. I want to go out with the girls and just the weekends and drink a bunch of poison. Makes me feel good. God doesn't care. God wants you to make those sacrifices so you can become the best version of yourself and he can elevate you, elevate your vibration, and you can represent him in this spiritual battle. Okay? God does not want someone to represent him in this spiritual battle if they're poisoning themselves with alcohol or cigarettes or marijuana. You need to stop. You need to think of this as a game you want to win. This is the sport. You're trying to become the best you possibly can become at this sport. Do you see professional athletes getting drunk every day? No. These people focus all their attention on the thing they know is going to make them the best. Because God's looking at you and going, holy damn, this guy, this girl, they are doing an enormous amount of work and they clearly want this more than anything else. They want to become the best possible versions of themselves in order to please me so that they can be chosen to take their place in this new earth. That's what you want. You want to strive for the best. You don't want to strive for okay. You want to strive for the best you can possibly be. Why else would you get chosen? You have been called. That is an unbelievable honor. You should be so grateful that you've been even given this opportunity. You've been called by God to potentially be chosen to elevate this frequency on this planet, fight the devil, and lead the new earth. You've been called. Now show that you want to be chosen. There is no greater honor in this world than having God say, you know what, you have potential that I don't necessarily see in everyone. There's something different about you, and you can do more in this world. You can make this 3D reality a better place and take it back from the devil. That is what he's telling you by you going through a spiritual awakening. And you're looking at him going, yeah, but smoking weed makes me feel all tingly and makes me happy when I'm sad. Doesn't freaking matter. It doesn't matter. Stop doing drugs. Another one, pornography. Pornography, you need to think of your eyes as gates, okay? Your eyes are gateways. They're like portals to your soul, okay? So when you're viewing pornography, you're letting that demon into your soul, and he will consume you and destroy your life. I had an enormous addiction to pornography for a large percentage of my life. That demon had me. You can beat that demon. You can 100% beat that demon. I beat that demon, and that demon had me. Not anymore. Now God has me. You can't watch pornography and expect to elevate spiritually. You can't. You might elevate a little bit, but you want to be the best. You don't want to elevate a little bit. Remember, we were talking about this. You don't want to just be okay at your spiritual awakening. You want to be the best you can possibly be at your spiritual awakening, right? So get porn out of your life. You don't need porn. What benefit is porn giving you? You're addicted to it more than likely because it's creating dopamine in your brain, and you're addicted to the feel-good chemicals. That's all it is. You require it because you're so unhappy with reality, because reality sucks because it's controlled by the devil. This whole 3D matrix is controlled by the devil. That's why you need things like marijuana and pornography. Casual sex is another one. All these things to get these temporary releases of dopamine and feel-good drugs and instant gratification because you're trying to escape what clearly sucks, which is this 3D matrix controlled by the devil. He makes it seem so great. Oh, look, you can sin everywhere. It's wonderful. Yay! Look at the dopamine. Oh, it feels so wonderful. You're being pulled away from God by the devil, and the devil's not even hiding it. The devil's being worshipped on TV. Celebrities worship him. They make it so obvious. So obvious. Just put in a little bit of effort. God wants you to become the best version of you that you can become. Do you not want that? Do you not want to become the best version of yourself in the eyes of God and in the eyes of yourself and in the eyes of others? Do you not want to ascend? The simplest way to progress forward in your awakening is to get rid of porn, get rid of drug addictions, get rid of any addictions that you have, get rid of casual sex. I know it's probably difficult to accept that all these things you've grown up with and all your friends think are cool are actually demonic entities working through you. But they are. It doesn't matter if it's hard for you to accept it. It's reality. You can't have these things in your life and expect to be chosen to have any sort of position of importance in the new earth if you're allowing the devil to have control over you. Through addiction, through cheap dopamine, through instant gratification you're trying to achieve, through all these different areas of your life. It's pulling you down. I can tell you from personal experience, as someone who's removed all this evil out of my life, it is much, much better. You become a significantly happier person. Everything is better. It allows you to remove yourself from the matrix so much that you can see it for what it truly is. It's all just lies. Lies and illusions and just poison to your brain. And you can see it so much more clearly when you've removed yourself from it. It's absolutely amazing. You'll start having more profound spiritual experiences because God is seeing that you're doing the work. You're doing the hard work. You're not defending marijuana. I know so many spiritual people that defend marijuana. Oh, it brings me closer to source. It allows me to connect with beings that I couldn't otherwise connect with. First of all, anything positive for you, you can connect with it without drugs. Okay, any spiritual entity that is positive for your experience on this earth, you can connect to without drugs. It's not going to be as easy because it'll require lots of meditation, praying, and becoming the best version of yourself, removing all this toxic crap from your life, but you can't do it. The issue with marijuana is you're opening up a door, okay? You smoke your weed, you eat your edibles, whatever. You do it regularly enough, you're opening up a door to anything. You're not just being contacted by God at that point. Anything you think is positive that you might be contacting as a regular pot smoker, you are not. You're being contacted by demonic forces that are convincing you to stay in your addiction because they know it's pulling you away from God and pulling you away from your awakening. That is what is happening. Oh, it's triggering, I know. I don't care. I'm not here to be gentle with you, okay? I'm here to tell you the honest to God truth. You are ruining your chances of being chosen by being a pothead. As someone who I have experimented with marijuana, and when I say experimented, I don't mean, oh, I did it a couple times and like, oh, I experimented with drugs. No, I genuinely experimented with it. I'd stop for like 9 months, and then I'd smoke it for a day and see what happened. And I'd smoke it for 2 days, see what happened. Smoke it for 3 days, see what happened, and write down, and I have pages and pages of notes about how it affected me, because on the first couple of days, I had genuine spiritual experiences with something positive. But then very, very quickly, that's out the door, okay? And the devil comes in, grabs you with the addiction, and you're being dragged down by these demonic entities that you think are still the positive ones you may have initially contacted. They're gone, okay? Now you're in the addiction stage. So everything beyond that point is demonic. You've opened yourself up to anything. Now these demonic entities will still speak to you. They will still interact with you in a way that you're like, oh, this is divine. This is great. Look, I'm so close to God. No, you're close to the devil because now you're consumed by addiction. This is the truth. I know it's hard to accept. You might be sitting there right now, high, or with a joint in your hand, or with a bong next to you, or with a bunch of edibles in the fridge. You need to understand that is the devil, okay? One time, using marijuana, 1 or 2 times, maybe a year, that potentially could have positive effects. Potentially, I'm still not 100% sure. Anything beyond that is the devil. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It really is. It sounds so crazy because it's so normalized, because everything that is sin that is going to drag you closer to the devil is normalized in this 3D matrix that we live in, because it's basically the devil's reincarnation of his ideal hell on earth. And God's coming in right now in this spiritual battle and saying, nah, I'm taking back territory. This has gone too far now. Do you not see what's happening? Put in the work. God's asking you, do you really want this? How bad do you want this? Just put in some work. Show him that you want to be the best you can be. Why would you not want that? Do you not think you can beat marijuana? I friggin' guarantee you can beat that addiction. You addicted to opiates? You can beat it. People beat opiates. You can beat porn. You can beat marijuana. You can beat cigarettes. You can beat alcohol. It's all the devil. The devil's a liar. You can beat him. He makes it seem like you can't, and he makes it pretty pleasant to be with him, but you can beat him and become better. I believe in you. God believes in you. If God didn't believe in you, you wouldn't be having the spiritual awakening right now. You would not be where you are. But now that you're here and you've been called, it's up to you to decide if you want to be chosen. Are you going to put in the effort? Yes or no? If you're triggered, good. That means I'm triggering the demons inside of you. That is amazing. I love triggering people's demons. There are few things that make me quite as happy as triggering people's demons. If you're triggered by this, by a person just genuinely letting you know that God wants you to become the best version of yourself, and you should also want to become the best version of yourself if you're going through a spiritual awakening and trying to become chosen and trying to ascend and trying to get your vibration as high as possible, if that triggers you, there's demons in you. 100%. You are being controlled by demonic entities. Wake up. Say you decide, I'm going to continue to smoke weed. I'm going to continue to get drunk all the time. I'm going to continue to have casual sex. I'm going to continue to constantly look at pornography. I'm going to continue to do all these sinful things and not reach my fullest potential? Do you want to look back, say 5 or 10 years from now, and think, I was given this unbelievable opportunity. God looked at me and said, you have potential. I've been given this opportunity and I threw it away. Is that what you want? Do you want to look back on your life, on this experience as something negative, when it could have been the most uplifting and positive experience of your life? Is that what you want? I'll answer that for you. The answer to that is no. That is not what you want. You want to become the best version of yourself, because that is logical. And anything in your brain right now telling you, no, I can't do that. No, that's going to be too much work. No, it's too hard. That is the devil. That's the devil in your mind right now, trying to hold you back from your potential. You have unlimited friggin' potential. There is nothing in this world that can stop you from reaching that potential except for yourself. Once you realize that, and you're willing to put in the effort and put in the work, you can become friggin' unstoppable spiritually. And not just spiritually, physically. You will achieve things in your life you never imagined would be possible because you've put in the work. And God has seen that, and He will bring you to new heights. But you have to put in the work. Don't look back on your life 10 years from now and go, damn, I wish I had listened to that guy that was ranting on YouTube about how clearly I have addictions that I need to deal with. Look back 10 years from now and go, damn, I am so proud of myself for all that hard work I put in. Look what I've become. Look at the darkness I escaped and look at who I am now. That's what you want to be able to say. You want to be able to say, I am proud of myself. God is proud of me. That's what you want. You want to be able to say the devil has no more control over me because the devil is a liar and he is not in me. God is in me. So put in every last bit of strength you have into becoming the best version of yourself. Don't sell yourself short. This is your life. No one's going to drag you through this. God's not going to come down here and grab you by the ankles and say, all right, I'm going to pull you through the hard stuff and you don't have to do a thing. You can continue to do drugs. You can continue to watch porn. You can continue to do all these sinful things. And I'm just going to choose you anyways as a leader in this new world. No, He will not. You need to put in effort. I want you to become the best version of yourself. I want to become the best version of myself. Every day I strive for that, and every day you should strive for the same thing. Every day. Sure, there might be days where you need rest. You're just completely exhausted and you need to sleep and maybe lay in bed for the day. That is okay. All right? You can have days of rest, but you need to make sure that on those days of rest, you're not laying in bed all day because you were so hungover from the night before. Or you're laying in bed all day because you ate 6 pounds of edibles and now when you stand up, your head spins and you start seeing things. Like that is not a day of rest. A day of rest is I've put in 110% of the effort I can put in every day for so many days in a row, and I just need a break. Because I'm a human, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and my human body needs some rest. That is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But once your rest period is over, continue to put in the work. Continue to pray daily. Continue to meditate daily. Continue to beat your addictions. Put in the work, my friends. That's all God is asking. He's not asking for you to be perfect, but He's asking for you to put in effort. And you can beat your addictions. Some of your addictions might be so strong that you'll be battling them for the rest of your life. But with God in your life, it is so much easier to battle those addictions. You can do it. He believes in you, and I believe in you. Just put in some effort, my friends. Show God you deserve this. Show God that you love Him and you appreciate the opportunity you have been given. Thank you for listening to my rant. I hope it's opened your eyes a little bit. I hope you all have lovely days. And I'll see you in the next one, folks. Take care.